Hey, what's up everybody? Joe P. Spider of the Traveling Arena here. And we're here in beautiful New York City. The town's so nice they named it twice. The city that never sleeps, the Big Apple. And we're here at a little section, believe it or not, that actually is not owned by the city of New York. You come on down the Tribeca area, 110 South Street. Come across this little plaque here, and it reads, "Property of the HESS estate which has never been dedicated for public purposes." This little section here, this little part of the corner, has some history to it. It's not owned by the city of New York, even though it is in New York. Goes back a long way, 1910. David HESS owned some apartment buildings here, and the city went to expand the 7th Avenue Street, which is right here, and also the subway line, which happens to be right here, one train. Well, he owned apartment buildings and I believe some other property here. Anyway, after a long, drawn-out court battle, the city forced him to sell his estate and everything and tore it down, and of course they did the construction with the subway in the street. But a couple years later, a couple of his heirs, after David HESS has died, looked on a map and they noticed that the surveyor had made a mistake. And that mistake was this corner section here. I believe it's lot 55, I'm not too sure. Was actually not on the map. And it was actually still owned by David HESS. Of course, his heirs went into court, and New York City tried to get this spot from them. But of course they weren't letting it go. And so this little section here, even though it's in New York, it's not owned by the city. And I believe it was in 1922 where his heirs set up this very plaque right here. Yep, this is it. Hasn't been changed over, hasn't been refurbished or anything. It's as is. And here we are in 2020. They had this plaque here, 98 years old. Still in pretty good condition. I mean, you can still read the words and everything. A little chipped at the end, but still good condition. 98 years old. So once you think you know New York, you find out more as you don't know. So this section here, dedicated to David HESS and his family. Even though New York City tried to get it, they didn't get it. So they'll let the small little triangle piece here, and they sat on it. Not much you can really put here anyway. But that's it. That's just a little more history about, I don't want to say New York City, but technically you really aren't in New York when you're here. So I'll call it HESS Line. That's it for now. Joe P. Spider of the Traveling Arena, and I'm out.